Wow, that one looks irrational there. Or rational. That one looks
Rational,
rational. That's a
because it's a
rational
fraction.
expression. Yes.
And so we're going to treat this similarly to our other polynomials we've had by making a sign chart.
There's no need to make it harder than it is.
No, and we still are going to look at basically the factors, because 2x plus 1 on top here tells us our x-intercepts, where that equals 0.
Right.
Right, and those are important values, so that would be -1/2.
And then on the bottom, those also tell you your important 0 values because they're asymptotes.
Right. And so there's a difference here. These on top we're getting x-intercepts or zeros, and on the bottom we're getting vertical asymptotes. But either way, that's telling us a change from positive to negative, or a possible change.
Right, a possible change. Now you might not get a change here, but
yeah, you might not, but you might, and that's why we have to make the sign chart to check. So we list out all of our factors from the top and the bottom. And if this hadn't been factored out, that would be our first job, would be to factor out.
First order of business.
Okay, so we've got 3 things here.
So we're going to have zeros, and you want to put these in order. It
Yeah,
just
still
makes
in
it
order.
a lot easier on yourself. So -3, -1/2, and 1.
Okay, and then we pick numbers that are on either side of each of these. So
Right.
like
You can pick whatever
-4,
number you want.
-1,
0.
0 would be great, and then 2. And then you just go down and say, if I plug -4 into these, am I getting positives or negatives? So
You get negatives on all those.
negative, negative, negative. At -1, that would be a negative.
Be a negative there, and then a
a
plus.
positive. What happens if you plug it in and get...
Something's wrong. Negative, but that should be a -1. That should be -1. X minus 1.
Oh, okay. Whew. I just got a little worried there. Okay,
I did
so
too,
x
because
minus
the
1.
math wasn't going to work out.
No, not so well. X minus 1, when I put in a negative, that's
Negative.
a negative.
Yes.
When I plug in 0, that's a positive,
Plus,
a
plus,
positive,
and
a negative.
minus. Yep.
0 is easy. When I plug in a 2, positive,
Them
positive,
are all
positive.
pluses. All right, so now go through and do the whole, if this times this, what sign would you get?
Negative times a negative times a negative
It's negative.
is negative. Negative times a positive times a negative.
It's positive.
Positive times negative times negative.
Negative.
Positive.
I'm positive.
Positive is positive. So, by the way, in case you didn't know, an odd number of negatives makes it negative, and an even number of negatives makes it positive.
Right.
Right. So these two had even numbers of negatives. So that's why they were positive there.
Okay. I like the way you talk.
Okay. So we are trying to find here A, B, C, and D. A, where is our graph 0?
Which is different than undefined, which Mrs. Stevenson was just talking about a second ago.
Yeah, where x is 0, I mean, where our x-intercepts are, where we get our zeros from.
Where do we cross the x-axis?
Yes, that's -1/2.
Righto.
Okay, and then B, where is it undefined? Well, that's where our vertical
That's on the
asymptotes
bottom.
will be.
-3 and 1.
And then C, where is it positive? Well, it's actually positive in a lot of places here, from -3 to -1/2.
But we can't quite include...
-1/2 to 1.
You can't
1
say
to infinity.
-1 to infinity. You can't do that because positive only means
Positive only,
positive
not
only,
0.
not 0, and definitely not something where we're undefined.
Yeah. So we
yes,
have
you're going to
3
have a lot to
intervals
write here, and suck it up and just, put on your big person britches and write it all out.
Right. Get out your fun pencil and never mind. D, negative.
I don't have a fun pencil.
You have one with like a skateboard on it, don't you? From the math closet?
You're right, I do. Okay,
Negative infinity to -3.
And that's where we
That's
are.
where negative. And that's what we wanted to do. It told us to use a sign chart, so we did. So we're good.
No, that's good.